How about I put it this way? Don't make that mistake.
Got it.
Don't
Kobe,
teleport to a dying turret.
lesson learned, good sir.
Especially if your inhibitor relies on it.
Yes, here we go, guys. Curse are in the game. Looking to come back for game 2 and game 3 to win this series. Right now, it looks like a defensive posture on both sides. High and Lemonation going to make their way down there.
I really am curious how Bunny Fufu will perform on this Lulu. As we said, there were target bans at him, so many support bans, and he has gone with the Lulu pick that's generally given over to Voyboy. As you said, if Voyboy, wanted to take that Lulu, he would have had to gone to number 6 or something in his priority line of supports. However, it's fine in the 2v1 swaps because they could both start with the Spell Thieves and they both get that extra damage, they both get that guaranteed gold income. This time lining up, though, is the old style lineup here, the line of scrimmage. So it looks like if they don't do a late invade, then it will be normal lanes here. However, a lot of people, wait until the last second to put the late in there, late invade.
We'll see. It wouldn't be late invade unless it was farther on down. Void, we're going to still stay in the mid lane. High going to do the same. Looks like the line of scrimmage is going to get broken, and we're now into the match.
All right, so probably the swap here from Cloud9. Invade blue, swatch their AD and support up to top. Probably we'll see the first 5 minutes play out very similar to the last game. The only thing here is that Quas has actually been cut off from the way that these early games normally play out. Yeah. He's now on the wrong side.
Lands some harass on Sneaky. He's going to throw some cleavers in. Media's not the happiest man about that. Going to share XP with balls, though. Curse actually a bit slower on their rotation around, but Bunny Fufu is helping out with Dominate.
Yeah, let's see if this actually costs Curse, because they are going to be slower in the swap. However, they're trying to take down the weaker turret. Mundo will not be able to get an early level 2 to join them. Looks like he is going to try and help out with the red buff, though. So that's a large chunk of experience. Meanwhile, Cloud9 go with the early. 1 buff into 2 camps, so everybody's level 2. Perfect timing there. They rush down that early turret. And we'll see if Curse can actually catch up.
I'm going to go in the second wave. Quas still level 1 with this one. He's very low on health. I will dominate already level 2. Quas going to join up with the roster. So C9 going to get a very early push lead. And I do want to see it. We've seen a couple of games actually in the playoffs go 2-1 on turrets or 3-2 on turrets. Curse has fallen victim to that before.
It could very well be the case. Elise is amazing at shoving turrets, going into spider form with her spiderlings as well as her attack speed buff. Xin Sao is very strong as well, but again, they are delayed almost a full turret here. Actually, a full turret.
Yep, they're down a full turret, 3 minutes 15 in, and Curse are just starting now bottom tier 1 turret. They waited an extra wave, basically. The Cloud9 already on their way down. The cannon wave right now with them.
Let's look at the mid lane, though. Voyboy was able to get a lead and then shove. He backed pretty early, and now he's making his way to try and stop at the inhibitor turret while the rest of the team continues. This is something we haven't really seen before. A little adaptation, actually sending mid laner to try and hold the inhibitor turret and keeping the push going. This might be what Curse need to catch back up from a full turret deficit.
Or it could be a fatal flaw. If Voyboy gets caught there, Balls is level 2. If he has Leap Strike stun, nope, they're going to back off. They completely give the room to Voy.
Let's see how much work they can get done mid, though, since they did have to use their mid laner. And High actually doesn't hard shove it.
Balls actually TPs to this turret right here, and he's going to hold up some of the XP. This turret still up to 1/3 HP. Cloud9 do hold the turret lead anyway.
So, Quas being stuck on the wrong side of the map for the opening level 1, really hurting Curse. Down 1 global objective. See if that actually translates into any teamfight power, because unless you go back and buy, it means nothing. And even if you do go back and buy this early in the game, it's rarely a full item of combat effectiveness, so it should not hurt Curse too badly for the next couple minutes, but we'll see how they can play this out.
There's actually one thing that struck me as interesting, actually. I remember during the post-game interviews with Dominate, he was talking about how when they were fighting Dignitas did this 2-man, take the buff, take 2 camps, shove the second wave, level 1, and that Curse was like, okay, yeah, well, we can mirror that and hold up. Now, the question to me is, if the optimal play to that strategy is to just do the same strategy, that's just the optimal strategy. And Curse went back to doing their 2-camp, really slow push, and once again, got down a turret there. It's really weird they didn't just take that in this game as well.
So there is that random factor where you are never 100% sure what to expect.
Sure.
Because there's no vision, Quas stayed over by the blue buff, and him being on the wrong side did cost them those few seconds. So kind of give and take there. It's very hard because there's no trinket wards being able to put down. You have no vision. That's why a lot of these teams are just going with the safest possible starting strategy.
Yeah.
Wow, look at this circle, though. Not only is Voyboy fighting balls, but he's got Dominate coming in.
Okay, here we go. Gonna be the stun used from balls. Flashes the wall. Dominate gonna flash to chase one. Will have the knockup. Voyboy gets his own, and there we go. First blood comes through for Curse. Meteos, the flash chains from high. The silence on the Quas. He does not have any summoners available. Ignite comes through, and the counter kill for Cloud9. But Curse now go for Dragon.
Talking about mirroring strategies, both teams go for the gank onto the solo laner, and both teams are successful in their gank. After the gank, both teams try and convert into the objective that is closest to them. Dragon will be traded. Oh, actually, it's a Dragon and a defense of a top turret, so they don't trade the global objective. They actually just get to defend and take that huge wave that was up top.
Wow,
interesting.
So very. Cloud9 actually, though, they are the team in the lead, of course, because despite that Dragon, they're up a tier 2 turret, so it's a small 200 gold lead for these guys. Quas actually had just used his teleport, and it basically did nothing for him there, so not the ideal situation for that poor Mundo top lane. Let's see what else happens to him, though. Meteos looking for a bit of a flank around the map. He knows general timers of buffs. Ward comes down. No sweepers are actually almost up for C9. They can sweep away the ward in just a second. That covers his golem.
Trying to steal away the blue and pressure mid at the same time so they don't get collapsed on, but they've only got a few seconds here. Curse are trying to get into position to defend it, and Quas actually takes a bunch of damage.
That is
trying to do just that.
What he wanted. One hit to go. The shield comes in. Meteos repels, comes back down. Exhaust comes in. The save from Bunny Fufu, and the kill goes over.
Heal baits, exhaust baits, very frustrating, but oh so commonplace. And you have to be careful about overextending like that. Meteos goes too deep, trying to get that classic blue buff steal that has been Cloud9's go-to strategy. They wanted the repeat take, but 5 men to 4 inside Curse territory, unsuccessful, and they weren't able to get anything out of it. Not only did they not steal blue buff, but the wave from balls was actually just a slow push, not shoving it into the turret. So Voyboy will be able to clean that up as well.
Wow, so Curse really doing a great job this early game. Tied in gold, up in kills, and the early buys are coming through. Looks like more gold will come their way. As you talk about, Voyboy will be able to hold that lane. Elimination, Bunny Fufu just trading blows back and forth. Frostfang's giving him some extra gold. They're kind of like helping each other out. It's like, hey, you know, we get no gold normally in supports. Can we just trade some attacks real quick? And Elimination doesn't share, he just hits them for free.
Scumbag. He gets his money off of the AD, though. Bunny Fufu's got his hands in Sneaky's pockets.
Yeah, Sneaky felt bad for his teammate and was like, don't worry, I got you, Bunny.
Plus, Bunny's got that blue buff that they were able to defend.
True.
Let's see, there's a big wave up top that's pushing for Curse, but they are making no move to do anything with it. And again, a solo laner soaking up that farm is exactly what Cloud9 want. They're funneling as much as they can onto Jax. Jax moves from down bottom giant wave to up top giant wave. They want to try and focus as much money into him as they possibly can. It also forces Quas to overextend, and he's now a summoner-less Mundo. Going with the teleport and heal, he does not have any sort of escape summoner. Heal's gonna come up pretty quickly though, and because he is so vulnerable, that's why they're having Dominate actually back up his push into the turret. They want to get that push all the way to the turret so it doesn't freeze, and Dominate comes up just to assist him with that.
Yeah, so we're gonna see Quas make his way back around the map though. Very vigorous champion, 3 ruby crystals.
Whoa, look at this deep in bait.
Yeah,
Cloud9 actually catch Curse going for that red counter.
Well, Quasta with the region going to put the hurt down on elimination. Voyboy still chasing down as well. C9 pushed fully out of their jungle, and Curse make the move. The smite comes through. That is a red buff taken. I will dominate with Wriggles. Starting out pretty well in this game.
Red buff taken for a Jax free farm and a LeBlanc free farm. So Jax got a large wave up top, and Hai has been able to shove down bottom. So he's going to be at the turret, and that means there will be no pressure on this mid turret, especially since this time around, as we said, Cloud9 have the Graves, great wave clear.
And it's a teleport required to be used by Quasca to get himself there. That just came up from Gold. I know it's Voyboy trying to defend this one, but Ball's showing up actually. The knockup comes through under the turret. The damage, the ignite, it's gonna be enough. That makes it happen there. Cloud9 making the full rotation. So I got the colors wrong. C9 just got there and Curse wasn't even able to respond properly.
So remember, I kept saying, watch out for what each team does with these giant waves that they can build up in the side lanes. Curse were not able to do anything. Well, actually, Curse were able to get the red buff out of theirs.
Yeah.
Cloud9, they get the kill and the turret out of their giant wave. So better play there from Cloud9. They get more out of that giant wave, but they also had to use the teleport to make it happen. Ball's actually teleporting under the enemy turret, so it will be a long cooldown.
Well, now the mid lane under a bit of siege as well. Quas teleport is back up just now. His summoner heal as well. If he wants to show up, he can. Cloud9 don't want to keep pressing this one. They do got a 5-minute window of teleport disadvantage.
We have so many shots of solo laners cleaning up giant minion waves. Yasuo is pretty fun to watch, though, at least.
Yeah,
He's more active with his wave clear.
It requires the most effort of all of them. High hit 4 buttons.
It's also important to note that, you know, we always talk about Jax. Oh yeah, he needs to get up to his items, or he's got to get that blade and the Trinity Force.
Yeah.
Same thing with Yasuo. He has to get a Shiv and an Infinity Edge. That's a huge power spike for him. Now that he just got Infinity Edge after that last wave clear, he's got so much more power. Or excuse me, the Shiv. He doesn't have the Infinity Edge.
That'd be ridiculously early.
It would.
12-minute IE Shiv, dude. If I could get that every game, I would lose so many less games.
If I could start out with one, that would be great.
But I just have 70
I feel like I'd win a lot of games that way.
If I were broken and overpowered.
All right, next dragon fight though. Let's see how it stacks up this time, because once again, Curse, they've got the team fight team here. It's going to be all about the poke from Cloud9, and they're actually happy to shoot skill shots into this dragon pit area. Let's see if Curse can actually get that AoE knockup.
Down to 1/4 high, getting big damage, gets exhausted though. The engage comes in. Wow, the flash from elimination keeps himself alive, and the counter kill comes in. Balls finds one. Voyboy's gonna have to run towards the back line. Quas is bloodthirsty, lands the cleaver, but he gets killed back. Double kill here for Balls on Jax.
Team Curse were not able to get the combo they want. As I said, Cloud9 are so good about spreading out against AoE teams, and they cut off Bunny Fufu completely, so they don't get the Lulu ultimate to get an AoE knockup. He has to use it on himself. High right here, there it is. The burst onto Bunny, completely silenced. He's out of this match. They also get the exhaust out of him. Dominate, there it is. He uses the knock aside from his ultimate to actually trigger Voyboy's ulti, but they don't get the combo onto Lemon. They don't kill him until it's Quas sacrificing his life for one. So that's their main solo tank in exchange for the support of Cloud9.
So now Cloud9 up 2 turrets. They're up this dragon. And they have about 3,000 gold overall, I gotta say. Cloud9, once again, a team fight happened, and it went C9's way. That is just the standard story for this team there. I will dominate doing his best to keep scaling up. Second time on Xin Zhao, same build once again. Very Magic Pen focused, or Magic Resist focused with the Hex Drinker. But on the other side, Meteos changing his build up again. He's going Glacial Shroud against a very AD heavy team.
Yeah, changing his build due to the resistance type that is favorable. He does not need that magic resist aura this time around, as you said.
I don't know, Bunny Fufu.
A lot of
menacing.
A lot of attack damage. So he's still going cooldown reduction route though. It is, to be fair, very similar idea behind the build, just changing which resistance type.
Yeah.
And it will be just as effective.
Yeah, High is also going for an arm guard. You're seeing this kind of pan out among everybody. Anything for Lemonation, he didn't buy a Sightstone yet. He rushed Mikhail's Crucible to add some more healing, to add the CC reduction to a teammate, which means that they're all buying their wards manually. On top of the fact they've already got 2 sweepers, so there's less... all the wards cost gold right now for C9.
Yeah, early Mikhail's is always a great buy against teamfight teams that are looking for those combos. It's definitely highly priced against things like Leona, but this team as well. He's definitely relying on that heal. Did he have it in that last team fight? Is that what kept him alive?
It's on cooldown. He must have used it.
Yeah. That could have been the difference then. That was Lemon actually surviving. And Quas getting the last cleaver, costing him his life as well.
Yeah, made him trade 1 for 1, so.
3 health crystals this time.
Yeah.
Does he always start with 3 or is it usually 2?
It's normally 2, but I think he just had 400 gold the time he went back to base before. He'll eventually use it, just might take some time. Maybe the push forward. Looks like mid lane turret is going to be pretty well defended by Curse right here. The game right now is about rotations because with Dragon off the table, it's either you make the move in and you sneak in for a buff steal, or you get to your opponent's turret before they realize you're there.
The thing is, this is pretty much the same story as last game. It's just happening earlier. Last time, Curse actually won the first fight around Dragon, and Cloud9 were in a bit of a hole. But this time, they actually won the first fight.
Oh, there's the engaged Lemonation, gonna get knocked into the air. The Mikhail's not doing too much to him. Down he goes. Cop finds the kill. Dominate gets a shield, but the answer back from Sneaky. Collateral damage. The stun going to land the Bunny Fufu. Another kill picked up. Balls finds his 3rd of the game.
Curse going a little deep for that kill mid, even though Lemon did not have his flash this time around. Mikhail's lives long enough to get into turret range, and Sneaky capitalizes. Now he's got double buff. Very, very happy AD carry.
And that's a very happy Graves. He's going to be 1-0-2 though. Unfortunately, still more assists than kills, but let's check out that replay.
Yeah, a little bit too deep here. It was mostly Dominate's damage. Cop is able to get the culling onto him, but Mikhail's, again, it gets him long enough life. That Mikhail's cost 2 tower hits onto Xin Zhao, and was the main reason that Sneaky was able to finish it. Everyone else was coming in anyway, so they would probably be able to collapse on him.
I think Dominate actually overstayed. After the knockup, I think he should have anticipated the damage a bit better. I feel like, because Cop's the one who got the killing blow, he did the damage in the end of that one. So.
He really, really wanted that kill.
And that's kind of the Curse motto. They really do go hard. It's curse or die. They kind of play that way every game.
Sometimes it's curse and die.
That's true. Well, unfortunately, that's happened 6 times this game. How much do you think they curse when they die?
Ooh, we got another sneaky lemon rotation here. I like the ward coverage from Cloud9, backing up the split push Jax. We said how strong this is. He's got his blade now. He wants to always be split pushing.
He's level 11 versus Quas's 9.
Yeah, he's got a pretty healthy lead here, and his teleport is available, so he can be anywhere that he wants to be on the map. Only things that can stop him from teleporting are Voyboy if he gets his charges up really early, or Bunny Fufu being close. Maybe Dominate would sacrifice his life.
Yeah, I wonder. It's going to be difficult. There's no real mage here to break through all the things that Jax normally does in a fight. We'll have to see what Curse does in response. Meteos gets a shield, puts a ward down for it. Cloud9, though, they're getting the ward coverage over the bottom side jungle. That gets set up either the siege or the rotation around bottom and mid, maybe just the red buff.
Double buff Sneaky can very well hold this mid, and look at the ward coverage. Anytime you see a Cloud9 game get to this point, it's very, very likely that they will close it out soon. Wards on both sides of the jungle. They get to make whatever moves they want. They have that sort of map hack. They can make every decision correctly because they can see every single move that Curse are trying to make.
Right now, the bottom turret, Curse forced wide around on the rotation. High goes in for a bit of pain, gets a silence out of the void, but actually Meteos is going for the dive here, but Curse is there to make the rotation. High pops Zonia's. Can he get away? Looks like yes. Elimination forced a flash away. Cop on the chase. High over the wall, keeps him safe. Culling will not quite get it, but Elimination goes down. The engage still coming through. Sneaky is going to have to dash over the wall. Flash for that one. Void gets the knockup. He finds him. Double kill, 3 overall for Curse.
Cloud9 just purely overextend right there.
Yeah.
They go for a tower dive with 4 people. High has no backup. He was actually able to escape over the wall with the distortion, but the rest of the team paid for it. Huge win for Curse. They're right back on the track now. Get the dragon on top of those kills. So High, he tries to go for this dive on Voyboy, but the rest of Curse come right around the corner immediately. Dominate trying to get the knock aside over there, and they completely catch out the rest of Cloud9. Purely an overextension by Cloud9. Cop actually goes for culling here, yeah, and he's just barely behind. 1 step behind High. But the rest of the team is able to clean this up, and this is a nice shot from Voyboy.
Wards to spot him.
Immediately warding. Sneaky's trying to juke back and forth, but he's slowed by the red buff, so his juke means nothing. He can't walk as far as the width of the knockup from Voyboy, so there's nowhere for him to go.
So very, very well played. Voyboy 3-1-3 this game. Didn't have the best Yasuo performance yesterday, but today he's playing absolutely great. Gotta say, Curse, even if they do lose this game, are playing some great League of Legends today. They can go into that third place match with their head held high, but even still, they can of course win this one, and that's the goal right here. Let's see, Cop gonna wave clear for now, Curse. Gonna do everything they can to get this one in, bring it to game 3. They're up a kill, down 2 turrets. They've not had really any siege success in a while.
Yeah, I mean, they want to split push, and they want to pick people off. They don't want to tower dive, with LeBlanc leading the charge. Let's see, they can hold on to their own blue buff. I'm really excited to see what Balls will do, because my goodness, that is a Fed Jax, and every time we've seen a Fed Jax, they've been a problem for their other team.
Yeah. Well, in the post game of their win against Dignitas, Dominant did say, yeah, we know how to play around Jax. It wasn't that big of a deal for us. We'll see if this is the case here. Curse did beat Diggs Jax in game 3, so they've done it before.
High with a first item, Zanya's as well.
Yeah.
So next time he goes with an extremely dangerous deep maneuver, he will be able to have some other options available to him. If he gets enough cooldown reduction with that blue buff, and then maybe buying a blue elixir, we can have multiple escapes. The mind games that you get to play with LeBlanc when you have a Zanya's are pretty fun to watch. We'll see how well he can use his double distorts. Distortations.
Distortions?
Distortions. I wanted to make it too fancy.
Distortations. He has a PhD in distortations.
There we go.
That's how you graduate LeBlanc skill, or school.
Oh god, Balls has the Trinity Force plus Blade combo now.
There we
and
go.
They're just going to group with him. They want to use that power right now. All right. For Curse's sake, though, they've got a good wave up top. Quas is shoving that into the top turret. They want to buy him as much time as possible. It's going to be very hard for them to buy that time, though. This turret will obviously go down. The question is, how quickly can Cloud9 force something at an inhibitor turret?
Well, there's no wards for Quas to flank from right now.
He doesn't want to flank. Curse actually don't want
They don't want like
that
the
fight right
anyway.
now. They're kind of hoping for another dive from Cloud9, and they would much rather just gain the easy gold from that top turret. They don't want to force a fight. They'd much rather gain gold from their great positioning here with Mundo, and it looks like they're doing that. He should be able to get a turret.
Okay, so Cloud9 do get a tier 2 turret for a tier 1. That is still a small lead for C9, but it's just 3,000 gold right here. Cop gonna wave clear mid, just buying time, waiting it out. Voyboy in a battle with Balls, but significantly losing that battle. Balls takes him out easily 1v1, but now gonna jump down by Dominate. Actually,
Counter number 2.
not gonna get chased. Mid lane tier 2 turret goes down.
All right, so Cloud9 now have a pretty easy route on both of these turrets. Jax still strong enough after taking down Voyboy to again pressure bottom, but the death timers are very, very low. Only 23 minutes into the game here. Voyboy will come back up quickly, and Balls is extending.
Uh-oh, this might be too much for him. He's gonna go down, shut down gold.
500.
Goes to I Will Dominate. He does have Pharaoh Flare. Knockup stops the distortion from high. Has to go around it. Getting chased down now. Quas trying, putting the slows in distortion use. Summoner heal popped as well. I Will Dominate, and the
Great
big
chase.
knockup quite not gonna land. The big hits around. Elimination falls. Now Sneaky is exhausted, also has nowhere to go. Curse find another 3 kills. And Baron's on the map.
Yeah, Baron is on the map, but they also have a good wave up top. They can easily go for this Baron. The only thing they have to worry about is a steal from Meteos. Meteos is the one member of Cloud9 at full health, and he does have the ability to steal Baron. Elise still very strong with her execute. Even though the damage was taken down a little bit, it's a very real possibility, although dangerous.
Now, how reminiscent is this series? Actually, hold on. Balls around
Oh
the side.
god, this could be a massacre.
2 versus 5. Baron very low on health. Balls getting ready to go for this one. The smite might come down in time for Dominate. He's gonna pick it up, and here comes the fight. Balls. He's trying to run away now. Voyboy, 1 Q from the knockup. Not gonna chase.
Bunny Fufu polymorphs Meteos. There's no threat of the steal. Great job by Team Curse securing the Baron there.
That was awesome. Yeah, even though you can smite through polymorph, you can't flash or repel.
Yeah,
Meteos
there's no way
couldn't
for him
range.
to get in range.
Yeah.
That's the whole point of the zoning there. Bunny pulling his weight, even being forced onto Lulu.
Great stuff in this one. Now, how similar is this series to CLG versus TSM? CLG won game 1, pretty straightforward. Game 2, come back from TSM. right? And kind of control it out there. Is this the road for Curse right here?
They're making a great comeback. I mean, first it was a dive from Cloud9, and they punished High for it. Very good punish from Curse. They followed up very quickly. And then it was Balls overextending just a split second, and a great move from Dominate to go down there and kill him. Once they take Jax off the field, it was a great job for them to snowball that into a Baron pickup. But still, they're fighting a fed Jax. Just because you killed him, you didn't take away any of his power. You don't lose gold for dying in League of Legends.
You lose time, and time equals money. We've learned this. So indirectly, you lose gold. Ha!
True.
I don't even know why I went for that one.
It's true. It's I will support your argument there.
I appreciate that. Teamwork, yes. It's OP in the caster desk as well as League of Legends. Cloud9 going to hold the wave clear for now. Curse do have 2.5 minutes left of their Baron buff. And I want to know what they do. Do they actually build themselves a gold lead with that? They're down 2K right now. Or do they feel like they're actually the leading team because they're up 3 kills? They just got a Baron. Like, I actually wonder what the calculation is like.
So yeah, that's an interesting aspect to the game. When you're in game, you see the scoreboard, and you are not 100% sure how much extra global gold Cloud9 have, but you know the turret count. So they're definitely feeling like they at least have the momentum here, and they're the ones with the team fight, so they're forcing it.
The wind ball comes out from Voyboy, and Curse pushing this down. Bunny Fufu dropped low, but does force the disengage away from High. These minions go down as well. Curse still looking a bit aggressive.
Yeah, Bunny's down, but he's not out. That's the key. He needs to at least be able to get his ulti off on someone. However, he's primed for the next rotation of High's spells. If he gets another burst combo off, that will be a dead support.
Here comes the culling, here comes the push in. Meteos takes some damage there with the cleavers as well. Here comes the burst again. Voyboy, the ulti comes in time. He lives through the ignite. And now the engage comes through. This is not necessarily great. It's going to be a 1-for-1 trade so far. Mid laner for top laner. Curse on the disengage. Slow comes in. High comes back, finds a second. Curse now on the retreat. Quas about to get locked up. High will survive another one for Cloud9. Curse are routed.
High, the Predator on the outside, gets a huge burst onto Bunny, then waits his time in the shadows. Strikes again, gets another huge burst onto Voyboy. He's just destroying Curse from the back there. They had no protection on their rear. It was all High attacking them from behind, cutting off their squishy champions. And then the rest of Cloud9 are able to suck in Curse's front line. Great job by Cloud9 actually destroying Curse from the backside. So this is actually the second job from High. First burst was on Bunny. Bunny, by the way, good ulti to save Voyboy. That would have been a dead Yasuo. And he then goes right back in because Dominate calls for the engage at the turret. And even though they do get down the Jax, they're at the turret, they were taking turret hits. I don't know if the communication was there for Curse. Were they calling out, hey, High is killing us in the back lines here. Dominate's going full steam ahead. Seems like a little bit of a disconnect between the front and the back of the Curse squad.
And Balls lived long enough to make a lot of these kills happen. Curse lost so much health from the dive onto that top laner that even though he started out with double offensive items, Ruin King Trinity Force, he was durable enough to make it work. High starting to be even more annoying. Zhonya's Void Staff the build for himself, so no CDR in his items, but enough damage and durability to get the job done, obviously. 2-0-4 on him, sneaky 1, 2, and 5. The assist AD carry, he can't shake the moniker.
Yeah, and speaking of cooldown reduction, I mean, Meteos this time around going full tank build. After the Frozen Heart that we talked about with the Glacial Shroud early, he's going pure armor stacking with the health. Not really worried about that slow burn from Lundo.
Yeah.
Or supporting Lulu.
I do really like the choice of Frozen Heart, though. There's 3 attack speed champions on Curse. Dominate, Void, Comp, all of them scale very much on attack speed.
Also, even though Voyboy does get the armor penetration after the ulti, the attack speed aura affects everybody whether attacking him or not. So that plus Randuin's is going to be very strong. And I like how Balls is also building into his Randuin's. The itemization here is definitely clear for Cloud9 this time around. Anytime you focus a lot of your damage of your team comp one way, the end game gets kind of hard. But then it's balanced out by penetration items.
We'll see when the Last Whispers come through. The core build done for Voyboy now. The Eye Edge did come in. Last Whisper done for Cop as well, but he's pretty much on par with the enemy tank line. So We'll see just how much of an impact Cop can have this game. Avoid killing the minions very successfully, dashing while doing so.
All right, so we got a minute on Dragon and a minute on Baron. Not much ward coverage for either team by either of those objectives. High trying to take advantage of that lack of vision. Attacking from the Fog of War once again, however unsuccessful. Cloud9 have been unsuccessful with their split pushing attempts, by the way.
Yeah, true. Also like clg versus TSM. Balls and Quas gonna face off 2-level leads still. Balls completely held that sort of advantage here. Normally with Balls he plays, he does split push some, but he teleports in all the time. But he's normally like this lane bully player, right? Picks Renekton whenever available. But now he's playing a late game scaler and crushing it.
Yeah, what the plan is for him, he just wants to stay around bottom long enough for Baron to come back up. Then, as long as he can get threat on the bottom side, then he can force Curse to actually make the decision. And Cloud9 will try and outplay Curse, forcing them to make the decision between going to Baron or dealing with the bottom lane Giant Wave and split pushing Jax. First, they're going to take Dragon off the map. Since they're spawning at the same time, I like this move. They get the extra global gold. Make sure that if they mess this split push up in the future, then Curse won't have as much to claim on the map, even if they do win the team fight. So they're reducing their risk right here, taking Dragon off, and then they'll probably go for the split push, but that would backfire if Curse actually make the first move. They're trying to get the vision on Baron, and it's going to be Cloud9 with a couple more. Well, I guess they're just going to set up the same plan anyway. Jax will split push bot, and they'll try and clear out that vision. They've got a lot of work ahead of them, though.
They do.
There's a lot of vision here.
They have 2 pink wards to kill and a plethora of green wards. Uh-oh, Dominate gonna get silenced, rooted up, does not have much to do. Burst comes through from High, gets locked up a little bit, but goes back to the distortion. It's gonna be okay. Ball's now level 18, maxed out in the bottom lane, 3 levels above Quas. Gigantic threat, big spike for this Jax. He's gonna keep going up, of course. Sweeper starting to be used. Cloud9 gonna find 3 of these wards.
Both of those solos down bottom, by the way, have their teleports ready. Balls can interrupt Quas, but Quas cannot interrupt Balls. Because they both have teleports, they're actually just making the call to force Baron. No vision for Curse. It's so dangerous for them to face check at any point. They've got to be wary.
That ward didn't hit the brush. Didn't matter too much, though. Cloud9 on a bit of a flank. Actually, here comes the engage. The teleport comes in. That's going to force C9 back. Balls goes the long way around, gets jumped on for it. This could be the battle that Cloud9 wants. Maybe it's the one that Curse wants. The knockback from Dominate. Balls still taking damage. Windwall comes through. C9 jumps back over to keep himself safe. Dominate staying in the mix. The disengage. The damage comes through from Yasuo. Balls. The second dodge comes through, but that's a kill for Cop. The battle's still going on. Quas in the front lines. 1-for-1 sneaky will go down. Meteor's running around, but more kills come through. Quas just melting everybody. Lemonation also maybe will go down to Dominate. Meteors will trade back, though. 2 versus 2 left on the map.
3 down for each team. That was a really well-played fight by Curse. They did not take the Cloud9 bait, even after failing the ward into the bush. They just try and shove up mid instead. And they force the speed buff out of Cloud9, used it as an engage, and they had minions in the middle here for Mundo to teleport on. So this is perfect for them. Once again, they've got this ridiculously buffed tank. Now watch Balls. Everything from Curse is focused onto Balls. Meteos, by the way, missed his cocoon in the top right there on Bunny Fufu. So everything's burned on Balls. They use exhaust, they use summer spells, they use everything that they possibly can to get him down low. Meanwhile, Quas is at full this whole time. There's nothing they can do to dent him even. And Bunny was able to live long enough. He gets another great ult. Dominate chases Lemonation up to the top and able to finish him. Wow, Meteos actually goes deep and takes down Lulu. Let's look at this 1v1. Another missed cocoon. That's 2 missed cocoons for Meteos during that fight.
Very well played overall there. So, gotta say, Curse keep themselves as close as they can in this one, but they are down about 6,000 gold. The team is regrouped to the mid lane that was High, holds the top lane. Tier 2 turret is down, but the inhibitor might just be the call. Voyboy, ooh, the cocoon just saves that one. There's the wind wall. His knockup's there, doesn't go for it.
They got his shield down, but man, Balls has to teleport in very quickly. There they go, and
TP comes in, Quas the front lines dominate, big knockback comes through and they find the kill onto Koppa. This could be the fight. Balls in the back line, finding everybody. 3 kills for C9, make that 4. It's only Quas alive versus 5 in Cloud9. Take down everybody, a quadra kill for Balls.
Yeah, this time they did not have an exhaust for that super fed Jax. And Balls coming in a little bit later, doesn't matter. He's able to teleport right in and clean up. That should be Cloud9 getting at least an inhibitor.
And 25 seconds. It might even be the game if they can take it out for long enough. We'll just have to see for this one. Yeah, you're right. It's probably just the inhib, but see where it goes. Baron also on the map. They chose not to go for that just yet. Inhib is going down. They're lurking forward.
Oh, this is dangerous. If they do get stopped here, then it would be a retaliation Baron. But they're going so quickly.
They might get it in time. Inhib number 2, turret number 2 going down onto the Nexus. Cloud9 gonna take it 2-0 into the finals.
Great call right there to end the game.
Yep.